Welcome. In a world that grows more unpredictable by the day, confidence in tomorrow is the most valuable resource you have. We're not talking about the end of the world. We're talking about being ready for whatever life throws at you. What you're about to hear is not a shopping list. It's a fundamental blueprint for food independence. This is your emergency reserve, your long-term storage guide. The philosophy of preparedness. A lot of people confuse preparation with paranoia. Let's be clear about the difference. While others are scrambling through empty store shelves in a panic, that's exactly what we're avoiding. A reserve is not about waiting for the apocalypse. It's insurance against supply chain failures, job loss, or temporary shortages. While others panic, you're home drinking coffee. The golden rule here: we don't buy chaotically, we buy systematically. And to keep your pantry from becoming a graveyard of expired food, follow the rotation principle. Eat what you store what you eat. But before we fill those shelves, you need to know your enemy. Why does food spoil? There are four main culprits, the four horsemen of food degradation. Number 1, light. It ruthlessly destroys vitamins and fats. Number 2, temperature. Heat accelerates chemical reactions. The ideal is cool and dry, between 50 and 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Number 3, moisture. It causes mold, rot, and activates bacteria. And number 4, the invisible killer, oxygen. It oxidizes fats and gives life to insects. The goal of every packaging method we'll discuss is to eliminate these 4 factors entirely. Let's start with the foundation, products that will outlast even us. Honey. Here's a remarkable fact. Archaeologists have found edible honey in tombs that are 3,000 years old. It's food, antiseptic, and medicine all in one. Don't worry if it crystallizes. Just warm it gently in a hot water bath, and it returns to normal. Salt is a biological necessity. Without it, the human body stops functioning. Cramps set in, metabolism breaks down. It's also the primary preservative for meat and fish. Sugar is pure energy and a preservative for jams and preserves. Yes, it can harden like a rock, but it never loses its properties. The one rule for all 3: store in airtight containers to keep moisture out. You can't survive on salt alone. You need fuel. White polished rice is the king of carbohydrates. And note, white rice specifically. It's the ideal fuel source. Unlike trendy brown rice, which contains oils that go rancid within 6 months, white rice sealed in a vacuum lasts 30 years. Pasta made from durum wheat also stores for decades. And psychologically, it's familiar comfort food that genuinely satisfies hunger. One critical warning: the number 1 enemy here is insects and moisture. Standard store packaging allows air through. You must repackage into Mylar bags or PET bottles. Buckwheat is the true queen of food storage, incredibly rich in iron. However, it's not eternal. Its shelf life is 2 to 3 years in factory packaging and up to 10 years in airtight, oxygen-free containers. Legumes, beans, peas, lentils are your plant-based protein, an essential protein source when there's no canned meat available. Quick tip: lentils cook faster than beans and save fuel, which becomes critical during power outages. And here's an important fact: properly stored dry beans last 25 years. Legumes are more than just food. They're energy and a planting resource. Their nutritional value is extraordinary. Protein, fiber, iron, magnesium. Combined with rice, they provide a complete amino acid profile that can replace meat entirely. How do you choose the right ones? Check firmness. Pick the hardest, driest beans you can find. If they rattle like gravel, they're ready for storage. One thing to keep in mind, beans harden over time. Older beans will need longer soaking and cooking. Adding a pinch of baking soda during cooking helps soften them. And the greatest advantage, dual purpose. Unprocessed beans can be sprouted or planted in soil to renew your supply. When hard times come and carbohydrates run low, you need protein armor. Canned stewed meat, beef or pork, is the cornerstone. It's ready-to-eat food requiring no water and no cooking. Most important, the fat inside the can is an incredibly valuable caloric resource. Never throw it away. Look for certified quality markings and top-grade labeling. Canned fish, sardines, tuna, sprats provides omega-3 fatty acids and calcium from the softened bones. The oil in the can? Don't discard it either. Use it for dipping bread. On expiration dates, the factory stamp is a guarantee of taste, not safety. If the can isn't bulging and isn't rusted through, the contents remain edible even 10 to 15 years later. This is where you need to pay close attention. Fats oxidize and go rancid faster than anything else. Regular vegetable oil lasts 1 to 2 years in a dark place and requires constant rotation. Storing it for 10 years is simply not possible. The solution, ghee, clarified butter, is the best alternative to regular butter. Stored in a sealed jar in a cool place, it keeps for years. Salted lard is another traditional fat preservation method, though it requires either cold storage or heavy salting. Dairy and sweets survival doesn't have to be grim. Condensed milk is a truly iconic product. High in calories, genuinely lifts morale, and stores for years. Add it to porridge, coffee, or eat it straight from the spoon. Powdered milk replenishes calcium and stores for up to 20 years in airtight packaging. However, it's highly sensitive to moisture and solidifies instantly if the seal is broken. Its uses are wide, from reconstituting drinking milk to adding it to baked goods. Sometimes there simply isn't time to cook. For a go bag, you need emergency rations. Pemmican is the pinnacle of survival food. Dried meat combined with fat, the legendary food of polar explorers. Maximum calories in minimum weight, and you can make it yourself. Freeze-dried meals, meat, vegetables are expensive, but they store for 25 years and work on the simplest possible principle. Just add water. Nuts and chocolate are fast energy for quick snacks. However, they don't last forever. Nuts go rancid and require rotation. Don't forget your head. The function of these items is critically important. In a crisis, familiar rituals keep your mind stable. Bland food crushes willpower. Tea and coffee are both currency and comfort. Important note: loose-leaf tea and green coffee beans store longer than ground varieties. Stock up on spices, whole black peppercorns, bay leaves, dried garlic, bouillon cubes. They take up almost no space but completely transform the quality of life. Water, all of the above, means nothing without water. Your minimum is 3 liters per person per day, for drinking, hygiene, and cooking. Storage requires care. Keep water in a dark place, away from concrete. Concrete can leach chemicals into plastic containers. Rotate your supply every 6 to 12 months. And always plan for purification methods. Boiling is the most reliable. Keep a supply of unscented bleach or purification tablets on hand, and consider household filters. Your pantry should contain items that serve multiple purposes. Baking soda is virtually eternal. It's a leavening agent, a heartburn remedy, a cleaning agent, and even a toothpaste substitute. Vinegar is a powerful preservative, a disinfectant, and an odor eliminator. Strong alcohol, vodka or grain spirit, is not here for drinking. It's an antiseptic, a solvent, and a universal trade currency. In glass bottles, its shelf life is unlimited. You've bought the food. Now how do you keep it? Why does store packaging fail? Polyethylene and cardboard allow air and moisture through. Worse, store-bought grains often already contain insect larvae. The result? Within 6 to 12 months, you're dealing with rancid taste or live insects. The solution is creating an oxygen-free environment with barrier protection. The process has 3 elements. First, mylar bags, dense metallized film that creates an absolute barrier against light and air. Second, O2 oxygen absorbers. They chemically remove oxygen by oxidizing iron inside the packet. Insects suffocate, fat oxidation stops. Third, a regular household iron to heat seal the edge. The result? Shelf life increases from 1 year to 25 years. A critical mistake beginners make. Don't confuse the packets. Oxygen absorbers remove air. The bag compresses, creating a vacuum effect. Use these for long-term storage of fats and grains. Silica gel absorbs moisture only, air remains. Use these for salt and sugar to prevent hardening. And remember, never put oxygen absorbers with sugar or salt, or they'll turn to solid bricks. The budget method, PET bottles. Advantages: cheap, accessible, reliable protection against moisture and rodents. The process: wash and dry the bottle completely. Pour in the grain and tap to compact. Then use the alcohol method. Place a cotton pad soaked in alcohol inside. Light it and quickly screw the cap on. The flame burns off the oxygen. Finish by sealing the cap joint with paraffin wax or candle wax. This gives you 3 to 5 years of confident storage. The primary danger is botulism, a deadly toxin with no taste and no smell. Watch for these warning signs. Any bulging of the can, even minimal. Rust that has eaten through the metal. Severe dents at the seams. Or hissing and spraying when opened. The iron rule: if in doubt, throw it out. Never risk your health when medical help may not be available. Your pantry is a living system, not a museum, but a working warehouse. Follow the FIFO principle: first in, first out. Always place new items at the back and take from the front. Keep a running inventory list posted on the pantry door. You should know what you have without digging through boxes. And always label everything. Write the purchase date in large marker on the lid or packaging. Where to store your main enemies are temperature fluctuations and sunlight. Best locations: a dedicated pantry, under-stair space, a dry basement with rodent protection, hallway cabinets. Worst locations: balconies, too much sun and frost, bathrooms, too much humidity, garages, exhaust fumes and temperature swings. Your reserve is capital. In conditions of scarcity, money loses its value. Real assets are calories and comfort. The best items for trade: alcohol, cigarettes, tea and coffee, salt, sugar, medications, batteries. One practical tip: keep small items available for small trades, so you're not handing over an entire bag of rice for a minor service. Check yourself: do you have the immortals? Salt, sugar, honey, baking soda, vinegar. The foundation: rice, pasta, buckwheat, legumes, properly packaged. Protein, quality canned meat and canned fish. Comfort: tea, coffee, spices, condensed milk, alcohol. Water, stored supply, plus purification methods. Remember the ancient wisdom: it is better to have and not need than to need and not have. Your reserve is your confidence in tomorrow, whatever it may bring. Don't put this off. Start today. Buy 1 extra pack of salt. Be ready. Take care of yourself.